Scene script. Have you ever wondered if the reality you experience every day is all there is? Well, in our day-to-day lives, we function within a three-dimensional world. We navigate through the length, width, and height of our surroundings, and it's all we've ever known. But let's take a moment to ponder over the nature of reality itself. We perceive the world around us through our senses, right? We see the vibrant colors of a sunset. We hear the rhythmic chirping of birds. We feel the rough texture of a tree trunk. We smell the intoxicating fragrance of fresh coffee, and we taste the sweet tartness of a ripe apple. These experiences, as real as they seem, are merely interpretations of our brain. They are constructed from the raw data that our senses feed into it. So, the reality we perceive is, in essence, an illusion, a construct of our minds. Now, this begs the question, could there be more to reality than what meets the eye? Could there be aspects of reality that are beyond our perception? This is where the concept of higher dimensions comes into play. Imagine a world that is not just three-dimensional, but 4, 5, or even 11-dimensional, as some theories propose. These dimensions would be as real and tangible as the ones we know, just imperceptible to us. In the grand scheme of the universe, we are like the two-dimensional beings of Edwin Abbott's Flatland, limited by our perception and unaware of the vast complexities that lie beyond. The idea of higher dimensions not only challenges our understanding of reality, but also opens up a realm of possibilities that are as fascinating as they are perplexing. Just think about it. What if there are entities that exist in these higher dimensions just as we exist in ours? What if they can navigate these dimensions just as easily as we navigate our three-dimensional world? What if they are observing us right now just as we observe a two-dimensional drawing on a piece of paper? So, if we're confined to just 3 dimensions, how can we begin to understand the concept of higher dimensions? Stay tuned as we embark on this intriguing journey into the unknown. To comprehend higher dimensions, let's start with something familiar, a line or a dot. A dot, the simplest form we know, exists in a single dimension. It has no length, no width, no height, it's just a point in space. Now if we connect 2 dots, we get a line. This line exists in 2 dimensions. It has length but no width or height. It's a step up from the dot, but still quite simple. Now imagine if we take that line and draw another line perpendicular to it. We now have a square. The square exists in 3 dimensions. It has length, width, but still no height. It's another step up, and things are starting to get a little more complex. Here's where things start to get tricky. What happens if we draw another line perpendicular to the square? It's hard to imagine because we live in a 3-dimensional world. This is where our intuition starts to fail us, but just because we can't visualize it doesn't mean we can't understand it. Just as a square is a line extended into another dimension, a cube is a square extended into another dimension. And a hypercube, or a tesseract, is a cube extended into another dimension. The tesseract, or the 4th dimension, is not something we can visualize, but it's something we can understand conceptually. It's like a cube, but it's been extended in a direction that we can't see. We can keep going, adding more dimensions. A 5-dimensional hypercube, a 6-dimensional hypercube, and so on. Each step up adds a new dimension that we can't visualize but can understand conceptually. Now here's the real mind bender. If we can keep adding dimensions, why stop at 3? Why is the world we experience only 3-dimensional? Could it be that there are other dimensions out there that we just can't perceive? Now imagine that beyond the 3-dimensional world we inhabit, there are additional dimensions just as real but beyond our perception. Scientists don't just fantasize about higher dimensions, they use them to explain phenomena in our universe. Let's delve into the realm of theoretical physics. One of the most popular theories that suggests the existence of higher dimensions is string theory. Now, string theory is a bit of a brain twister, so let's break it down. At its core, string theory proposes that the fundamental particles in our universe, like electrons and quarks, are not 0-dimensional points. Instead, they are 1-dimensional strings. But here's the exciting part. These strings vibrate in multiple dimensions, not just the 3 spatial dimensions we're familiar with. Imagine a guitar string. When you strum it, the string vibrates and it creates a tune. In a similar way, the strings in string theory vibrate, and these vibrations give rise to the different particles we see in the universe. The melody of the universe, if you will. But for these strings to vibrate in a meaningful way, string theory suggests there must be additional dimensions. How many additional dimensions? Well, string theory proposes a total of 10 dimensions, 3 dimensions of space, 1 of time, and 6 extra dimensions compact and hidden from our perception. These extra dimensions might be right here all around us, but we can't see or interact with them. It's like living on a 2D sheet of paper and being unaware of the 3D world surrounding it. Now, string theory is just one of many theories that suggest higher dimensions. Theoretical physics is bursting at the seams with ideas about the nature of our universe and the possibility of dimensions beyond our perception. So, when we think of higher dimensions, it's not just a fanciful idea from science fiction. It's a serious scientific concept, a tool used by physicists to explain the mysteries of our universe. And this is what makes the study of higher dimensions so fascinating. It's not just about understanding the universe, it's about expanding the limits of our own understanding. So, in the realm of theoretical physics, higher dimensions are not only possible, they are necessary. Now let's take a leap from science to consciousness. Could our minds be tuned into these higher dimensions? The idea is that our consciousness, a non-physical part of our being, might be capable of perceiving dimensions beyond the third. Imagine a radio. It can tune into a multitude of different frequencies, each carrying a different station. Similarly, our consciousness might have the ability to tap into different dimensional frequencies, revealing realities beyond our usual perception. Now let's delve into some experiences that suggest a connection to higher dimensions. Many people have reported strange phenomena during near-death experiences. They describe a feeling of floating outside their body, observing the scene from a different perspective, or experiencing a profound sense of peace and interconnectedness. Could these experiences be a glimpse into a higher dimension? Meditation is another state where people often report experiences that are difficult to explain in terms of our usual three-dimensional reality. Deep meditation can lead to feelings of unity with the universe, timelessness, and even encounters with otherworldly entities. These reports are intriguing as they suggest that our minds might have the capability to perceive beyond the physical world we know. Furthermore, there are instances where individuals claim to have had spontaneous experiences of higher dimensions. They describe moments of sudden insight, feeling a deep connection with everything around them, or seeing reality in a completely new light. These experiences often come unbidden, leaving the individual with a sense of awe and wonder. While these experiences are subjective and hard to measure scientifically, they provide compelling anecdotal evidence that our consciousness might be interacting with higher dimensions in ways we do not fully understand yet. So, is it possible that our minds are like multidimensional radios, capable of tuning into different realities? Could these experiences be glimpses into a reality that extends beyond the three dimensions we're familiar with? While it's a controversial idea, it's fascinating to consider that our minds might be capable of perceiving more than our physical senses can detect. So what might be signs of these higher dimensions in our daily life? Well, let's delve into some of the phenomena that people often interpret as indications of higher dimensions. One such phenomenon is déjà vu. This uncanny sensation of been there, done that we sometimes experience as if we're reliving a moment could be seen as a glimpse into another dimension. A dimension where time plays out differently, allowing us to experience events before they actually occur in our three-dimensional world. Next, let's consider synchronicities, those coincidences that feel too meaningful to be mere chance, like thinking of a long-lost friend only to run into them later that very day. Some suggest these synchronicities could be signs of a higher dimensional reality, where seemingly unrelated events are connected in ways we can't comprehend from our limited three-dimensional perspective. Unexplained experiences are another category that often stirs up talk of higher dimensions. These are the moments that defy our understanding of the world, like unaccountable knowledge or intuition, inexplicable healings, or encounters with phenomena that aren't supposed to exist according to our current scientific understanding. Could these experiences be interactions with higher dimensions, peeks into a broader reality where the impossible becomes possible? Now, it's important to remember that these interpretations are speculative. While they offer fascinating food for thought, they aren't scientifically proven. They're possibilities, not certainties. We're dealing with the edges of our understanding here, where science and philosophy blend into speculation and wonder. So, whether you see them as signs of higher dimensions or not, these strange experiences certainly add a layer of mystery to our reality. They remind us that there's so much more to existence than meets the eye, so many questions left to explore. And who knows? Maybe one day we'll find the answers we're looking for in the higher dimensions we're just beginning to comprehend.